Hi, my name is Crystal, and the reason I got into HR is because I was actually, when I was in undergrad, I was working on campus in the residence halls, and I was an RA and I'd worked the front desk, and I found that what I loved about my position there is I had an opportunity to connect with students, with our staff at the university and our faculty, and I really loved the training piece of my job, the coaching piece. I loved helping our students through their various life transitions and helping them solve problems. And sometimes I may have not been the best person to support them, but I was able to connect them with our support services within the university for them to get the support that they needed. In terms of a graduate degree, I've been in the workforce for a few years. I'm actually coming from Toronto right now, so I'm an international student. I found that I really loved, when working, I was in the nonprofit, so working with an international development company. I loved the part of my job. I was a program coordinator, and I found that, once again, the aspects of my job that I loved was that mentoring piece, the coaching piece, recruiting, screening resumes. While it may not sound fun, those are the aspects of my job that I was excited to do, that I did first and did the rest later. In terms of a master's degree, I found that because I had that business administration degree, I majored in marketing and finance, I went back to school while I was working and did a certificate in HR and found that I really loved it. But at that time, I was just scratching the surface in HR. There were very general training development classes, human resource management classes, and I wanted to really solidify my foundation in HR, and that's why I chose to apply to graduate school, and I applied to a handful of schools in the US and had an opportunity in last spring to visit all of them. Ultimately decided on the University of Minnesota and Carlson School of Management in our Master's in Human Resources and Industrial Relations program because you'll hear a lot that fit is really important when you go to graduate school, and when I visited all the schools, while they were amazing for their various services and the academics, I found that Minnesota was in line with my core values in that when I was here, I felt comfortable. I had an opportunity to meet with faculty, and that really spoke to the depth and the breadth of the program. We're in a business school, so I have an opportunity while I'm here to take electives in our management program. They're right downstairs. We are in Minneapolis after all, so we have, I think it's about 18 Fortune 500 companies that are headquartered in the city. We have our graduate business career center that are amazing. They support us in terms of applying for internships and full-time positions, and they help us with our resumes and mock interviews. The staff in our program are so supportive. There are buckets of chocolate in the office. Everything from my first day. We can come into the office and ask questions. I never feel like I'm bothering anyone, and I have a lot of questions, so that's impressive. Just going to class every day, our students, they're very supportive. The program in itself, the nature of it is supportive. And I found that when I was here, everything from the first time I walked in to the welcome sign on the desk just made me feel like I was coming home. So I encourage you all to pursue a graduate degree. Please feel free to go to our website, give us a call, send us an email if you have an opportunity and some time. Come to visit us, and we can show you around campus and the Carlson School of Management. Thanks so much.
So I'm going to give you advice that I thought I would never give, and that is sometimes I want you to fight your instincts. Instincts are really important. Evolutionary biology would suggest that some of our reasons our instincts have kept us alive over the years. Sometimes you may have an instinct to avoid somebody. You might have an instinct to have come to Minnesota. You might have followed a good instinct to marry a significant other. And in the business world, your instincts hopefully will serve you quite well. But sometimes you need to fight against them. And one of the domains that I learned that was when I'm presenting. So, it's a really important business skill to command a room, to communicate clearly, to answer questions with confidence. But oftentimes we're going to get a, really challenging comment or a really difficult question when we're trying to communicate our ideas. And our first instinct that I want you to fight against is to back up, is to rock back on your heels, is to close yourself off. It signals to your audience that you're not as confident, and it actually signals to your brain that you're not as confident. So what I want you to do when you get that challenging comment or difficult question in a presentation, I want you to take a step forward, fight the instinct, open yourself up. It signals to yourself physiologically that you're confident. It signals to your audience that you're competent, and it signals socially that you've got this. I didn't want to do this video because it is against all of my instincts to be filmed. I'd rather present to a room of 100 than be filmed. But sometimes you really need to fight your instinct in order to make a bigger impact.
Hi, my name is John Budd, and I'm a professor here in the Center for Human Resources and Labor Studies. I've been here since 1991, when I finished my PhD in economics from Princeton. My research deals with industrial relations, labor relations, and work, and one of the things that I'm most proud about is the fact that some of my books have been translated into different languages, including Arabic and Chinese, Spanish, and a Korean version forthcoming as well. Since 2009, I have been director of the Center for Human Resources and Labor Studies. The center is around 70 years old, and we're very proud of all of our activities. We have our own alumni association. We have our own library that you will definitely experience, called the Herman Library. We have an outreach unit focused on serving labor unions and workers. We have a fantastic staff serving the students, the alumni, and the faculty. We have a world-renowned multidisciplinary faculty, and of course we have one of the best master's programs in the world. And the faculty and the master's program, of course, go hand in hand together. And the multidisciplinary nature of the faculty, I think, is one of the things that contributes to the uniqueness and the leading standing of our program. Since the beginning, our program has included both economics and psychology perspectives. You'll get that in the core as well as in some of your electives. One of the courses that I teach is personnel economics, where we look at how economic theorizing, economic principles can help you think better about what drives workers' behavior, therefore with important implications for how you want to design HR policies to shape desirable behaviors. You'll also get the same thing from an organizational behavior and psychology perspective, again with an eye towards thinking about what do we know about what drives human behavior, and therefore how you can shape better HR policies. So looking forward to welcoming you here to Minnesota when you're here on campus. Thanks.